Yes, y'all, it is time for yet another planner chat because I am struggling a little bit when it comes to my supplemental planners. So in today's video, we're going to kind of go through my planners again, talk about what may not be working, and then we're going to start brainstorming how I think I might be able to Franken-plan some of the planners that have different types of binding styles. So stay tuned. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. For those of you that are new, my name is Tracy and I want to thank you all so much for joining me today. So yes, I have two stacks on my desk. These are my primary planners and I am happy to say that for the month of May, I have been very consistent with these planners. I have changed the function around yet again, just a little bit. I talked about, let's move these off my desk really quick. Because they're going to be the stars of the show today. So I quickly want to briefly kind of chat about these planners. These are the planners I'm in every single day. For the most part, these I'm in maybe once, maybe twice, but I don't need to be in it more than once. These are journals. This is my catch-all planner. This is the one that I'm in multiple times a day. I also have a fitness and wellness planner that is a passion planner, small daily planner that I use, but that is in the other room. But this is my catch-all planner. I had been struggling a little bit with whether or not to keep my to-dos in this particular planner because by keeping my to-dos in here, it takes up space that I can put some of the habits that I want to track and be accountable for in this planner. So it's kind of like a give or take. So I had shifted in the month of April to putting my to-dos in my daily hemlock and oak planner. This is a planner that was a bound book that I put on disc just so that way I can be like this and keep it open. It was working great as far as being able to like house all of my to-dos for the week, obviously, for the day, obviously, because there's enough room in here. However, I really prefer to have my to-dos in the same book as my actual catch-all. It just makes life simpler because I was having to like, even though it didn't take up that much space, I was still having to like refer to both at the same time. I know it's me being a little planner princess and like wanting the perfect planner for everything. So this past week, what I ended up doing was taking out some of those, I guess, actions that I really want to track. I actually need some more habit trackers because I really want to track like workouts and things like that in here too for accountability purposes. But some of the things that are part of my routine, I put over here, like journaling, not this journaling. This is more checking in with my planners, but like evening journaling more specifically, and this and this. Stretching, and then being awake by 6:45. So I did those in habit trackers. I think I want to add more because if I do that, I no longer have to put them in this area. I'm filming this on Saturday, by the way. I haven't actually filled this in for the weekend yet. So I think if I do that, then I don't really need as much in these areas. So I can use this for to-do list. Work to-do list fit perfectly for the most part during my work day. If I block off my work day, then my to-do list work fine. The exception was I did struggle with Thursday when I had like 2 appointments and a meeting plus a lot of work to-dos. I ended up like going down past my work day and still kind of writing some stuff there. But yeah, I again, basically the small change here is I'm just going to start using habit trackers to try to now capture those things for accountability purposes, even though I thought it'd be kind of cool to have them here for like, time blocking purposes. I think this planner will be much better used if I keep my to-do list in here, which means I don't no longer have to put them in here. So this past week, I've been really good with actually journaling. And when I say journaling in this one, it's a little bit different than this one. This one this is the one I might come into twice a day. So I might come in here after work because it's on my work desk or it's by my work desk and kind of record everything that I did up to that point in that day because I want to capture that day. And then either that night or the next morning, I will go in it and capture everything that happened after that fact. So really quick, I'll just kind of show you really quick how things are kind of filling in. I didn't want to pause too long because there are some things on there that are more personal in nature. So like not personal to the point where I need to blur it out, but personal on the point where I don't want to pause it on there. But I've actually enjoyed kind of journaling. This week has been crazy busy. So I'm curious to know, like, once things settle down, which I don't think it's going to settle down in probably until June or July. But if I'm going to be able to have as much to write about. But for instance, one day this week, I'll do like this. I put my skincare, everything that I was using for skincare here, because I do change up my skincare, and there's like a product that I'm using like once a week and stuff. And I had mentioned before that I feel like those things are good to capture somewhere so that way I can refer to them at a later time if I need to. So I am using this more as a record keeper. And then this one is just kind of more about feelings, but still about the day in general. So you can kind of see this is an A5 journal. It's very small, so my journaling is limited, but I'm liking it, and I'm really liking decorating it. Look how cute that looks. So yeah, these are all working well. Like I said, I've been going back and forth with the to-do list, but I think that's fine to do that because some weeks are going to be different than other weeks, where I might not be able to do a to-do list in this particular planner because maybe my evenings are really, really busy. So then that means there's no room for a to-do list, or maybe I just can't decorate that week. That's probably the solution. But that just sounds like, oh, I have to decorate. All right, so let's talk about the problem child. So this is my Moxy Life. This is something that I'm currently not in at all, except when I do my planner setups for the week. And basically what I do, obviously I didn't come in here the week of the 14th, but I set up my weekly actions, which are kind of a blend between goal action steps and just what I really need to get done in my life according to these goal categories. But I do like to do this because this is almost like a to-do list. So it's a place for me to kind of brain dump. So I do use this, but the actual weeklies I did stop using just because this is a large planner. I was trying to use it for social media. The layout just didn't really work for social media because I was having to brainstorm and brain dump in other notebooks and then come in here and kind of try to figure out how to plan it out. I tried to brainstorm in here, but then it just wasn't working. But I like it. So I was wondering if I could put this on disc. Because then I could probably combine it with some other things that I need right now, which is my travel planner because I am going on a trip. And this has like Live, Love, Posh travel planning inserts, which are currently sold out. However, a lot of the things in here, they're good. They provide good guidance, but you can literally just take what's on travel planners and create your own by just making your own sheet with handwritten list. But because I have this is what I'm going to use. And I would have used something similar to this, maybe just blank note pages, but likely on disc to plan out my trip. I already have started the planning process. The trip is coming up in a matter of weeks, but I have like all of my important information and things like that written down. I just have to plan out my outfits and stuff like that. But I would like to have this not in its separate planner while I'm using it. And then when I'm finished, it can go back on the disc of this one and be stored until my next planning trip or my next trip I have to plan. Because I do like to have all of my previous planning notes in here for reference. And then we have my social media planner, which I absolutely love the layout. And I have been trying to fall in love with using this planner because I love the layout so much, but I just do not love the size. The size of this planner is a 10 by 10. And because of the size, I am limited to utilizing this planner at my craft desk only, which is right here. And Like my main planners, I use them at my work desk mostly, or when I'm journaling, sometimes even in my bed. But my work desk, this doesn't fit on my work desk. Like I have to move so much stuff around to get this to fit, like my keyboard and mouse and all the other stuff. So it's just a little bit cumbersome, which is very unfortunate because like I said, I love the layout. I have a couple of these because these are only 6-month planners. I mean, I only pay like $4 for them, but still, I don't want them to go to waste. But it's very difficult for me to use. And I don't know if it's because it's such a busy time for me or if I just would never use it because it's so large. So that might be something that I might have to part with at some point in the future. I even tried this past week of cutting them out, cutting them down, and putting them in here. And you can see because it was in this planner, which I didn't get into this week either. I need to because I have some things to add. I didn't visit it. So after that lengthy introduction, which hopefully didn't scare anybody away, I'm thinking about taking out the next 2 months only of this Moxy Life. I love this Moxy Life. This is absolutely pretty, but look at those coils, guys. It is so large. I could uncoil this and take them off. I could also snip them and take them off, but I think I may have enough room with this layout that I could probably just go ahead, tear them out, cautiously, of course, and see if I can just trim it with my paper trimmer and then punch it. Needless to say, they had these Moxy Life planners on sale on their website for like $29 recently. And y'all, I was so tempted to buy one because I love the paper. I love the planner. I was like, I'm using a vertical pretty well. So maybe I'll just get a vertical. And I'm like, Tracy. While, the horizontal is a little bit of a difficult layout, just sizing wise for what I use it for. I don't think switching the layout would solve the problem. I think it's the size. And I even looked at the goal setting notebooks that were also $29 for a whole year's worth. And I'm like, I could probably create these myself. I'm not. Even though the price is like more than half off, or half, I think it was more than half off on the planner. I'm like, I'm not going to do it. I'm going to actually not be persuaded by the sale to just, buy something that I don't need. See, I didn't tear that one very good. However, I will say they're great planners. And I would say for a lot of people, this is probably not an issue at all. This is a Tracy issue. I've even tried to use an Erin Condren on the coil, and it was the same issue. And it's not coils because I'm having a great old time with my twin loop, or is it O-ring? My O-ring Archer and Olive. This guy, like, I don't need to remove the pages. It's just small. So again, it's just the size in combination with the rings. Okay. All right. There we go. 2 months, so we can see if it fits. By the way, I did purchase a new paper trimmer, the one with the arm. I forgot what they're called. Is it guillotine? Probably saying that wrong. I purchased it from American Crafts. I'm hoping that will come in. Maybe by the time this video comes up, it will have come in. I heard it, like, your stuff usually ships within like 72 hours. It's been longer than that, and it has not shipped yet. Okay. I'm just going to cut and pray for the best here because I don't really have a way. This isn't 100% level, so it's kind of hard to measure. I guess I probably shouldn't have cut all the pages out first. I probably should have tested this. But you know, it is what it is. It's not like I was using it very well anyway. So like when I was risking cutting apart my hemlock and oak. Okay. It's between these two, but I have to like, this is a little bit smaller than Happy Planner. So the punch is not 100% perfect. So I'm just trying to center it as best as I can. Okay, let's take a quick look. So it does come into the calendar, but it's not very much into my actual goal setting pages. So let's try these. And because these here have planner pages on the back, I'm just going to leave them attached because I really want these. So I'm just going to leave them as is. If I keep them on disc like a month or two at a time, it should be fine. And I might find a purpose for it that way. You never know. You never know, guys. Okay. All right, let's test this one out and then we'll go ahead and do the rest. And don't worry, y'all, I'll speed it up. Now, I'm not the first person to do this. I'm almost positive someone else has already done this, probably on YouTube. So I'm not taking credit for this idea at all. It's just something that I feel like I need to do. So yeah, it just comes in barely over there. And then the same thing on your actual, I mean, I really didn't write over there anyway because it was too close to the coil. So yeah, I think this is actually going to work out. And now I'm like, could I have bought a planner? Could I have bought a $29 planner and just took it apart, because I'm kind of enjoying that now. Take apart bound books, take apart spirals, coils. And no, I'm not measuring this. I'm just kind of looking at where the spiral ends and kind of lining that up with the actual cutter. All right, because that was so easy, I had this Erin Condren planner that I don't think I used. When did I use it? Oh, try to do it in, I did not use it. Did I not use it in May? I did not use it in May. So I think I'm going to take these pages out too. I really wish I could figure out how to use this cover, because like I said, I just don't use coils, and I absolutely love this cover. This is going to be a little bit trickier because everything is closer to the spirals. But like I said, this is the perfect planner to try this in because, again, I used this intermittently for health and wellness last year up until May. I also have a monthly notebook that I can also use from Erin Condren, like a monthly planner that has some months in it. Duh. That I could also use. So we'll see. Today is just about taking apart coil planners. Apparently that's my thing now. Taking apart planners. Oh, I am just... Where was the beginning here? I'll try to keep this in some resemblance of order. See, that's fine. But then these are going to be problematic. too bad, but once I punch it, it will be. All right, guys. Now we know, I can already tell by how close this is, my hours are going to be demolished. However, I'm bringing this in to possibly help with social media. I do have a Calva Plan dashboard planner. Oh, I think that one, it's going to be a little crooked. Oh, that's just a blank piece of paper. That I stopped using last July. So I can add that to the mix the second half of the year. But I'm just trying to repurpose right now things that I was not using that would have eventually been recycled. Because like I said, there was only 2 months left in this planner that I had not used. And guess what? There's 2 months left in this first half of the year. So to me, I don't know if I need this washi tape here. I think I'll figure that out later. That's when I was cutting down my hemlock and oak. Because that was a junior size, I marked that. But I may just have to write on it. Did I just do that backwards? I just did that one backwards. There might, I could probably pull some other pages. I need 4 pages. Look at this. Preferably I need, oh brother. I need a, here we go. I need a Tuesday through Friday. Here we go. All right, guys, so there we go there. I do want to quickly mention that I do not have an aversion to bound books. I mean, this planner right now is by far my favorite planner that I have used in a really long time, and it's bound. And I'm completely fine with that, and I don't think I would take that apart and put that on disc. Never say never, but even at this busy time in my life, I feel like having that separate is perfectly fine for me. Actually, I prefer to have it separate because I feel like if I Franken-planned it, it would be in a bigger disc system than even this. So I think this is fine. My Hemlock and Oak Daily, again, I did that because I wanted to have it open on my desk and I wanted it to fold onto itself and not have it to like lay flat open like this where both pages show. It's a daily planner. I don't need to see both pages. So that's the reason why I did that. Plus it's more of a journal. So it's something that I want to take maybe to my bedside table or something of that nature, and it works fine there. My Archer and Olive O-ring is perfect for that same reason because I can take it to my bedside table and write on here. I can take it in my living room and write, and I can fold it over. It's just is so much nicer. So yeah, I don't have an aversion to coils or anything like that. It's just for these particular planners, I think they will work better if they were working as more of one unit. And I kept trying to brainstorm planners that I had to see if I could combine and like use one planner, like, you know, use this horizontal. Could I use this one layout for multiple functions? And obviously I can't. So that is the reason why I am putting all of these together as one planner. Now I do need a monthly calendar. I think May was fine. It was just this page, but I think that's fine. Yeah, I'm just glad that these planners are actually going to be used. That is something that I'm really happy about. That is why I always say, you know, I actually don't always say it, but I'm going to say it now. Don't throw away your planners. Now, don't keep them forever. I'm talking about the ones that you don't use or that didn't work out for you. The reason why I say don't hang on to them forever, because at some point, you know, they're going to be taking up more space than you need, but you never know when you can try them out. And no, you don't have to take them apart. You can just try them out. Continue on with how, you know, like if you've used half of the year last year, you can continue on in that same planner without taking it apart to see if it will perhaps work for you this year as like a test run, so to speak. And maybe you'll be fine with using that one, you know, if it works for the remainder of the year, or maybe you want something fresh and new to start, and at least you're testing it out to see if it actually works. See, this came from a notebook. Let's go ahead. I don't think I can punch all of these together because the Happy Planner punch is so like, it's this like huge little metal thing, but it can only punch 3 Happy Planner pages at a time. And these are all thicker than Happy Planner, so it struggles with just 2. That was a little crooked, but that's okay. Okay, so I can like tape those 2 together, but I want it an actual cover. Okay, there we go. It is coming together. Let me grab some disc and a cover. All right, guys, so I pulled out some discs because I wasn't sure which cover I was going to use. So I could use the silver ones and use the purple, or I could use the green ones and use the green. For some reason, I'm feeling the purple. I don't know why. These are planner covers, by the way. These are older ones. I got these when they were on clearance. This is my first time ever actually using planner covers. I don't know when I got them. Did I get them Black Friday? Might have been Black Friday, y'all. I was thinking ahead. I do have an affiliate link for Plan, by the way, which is down in the description box. She doesn't have discount codes or anything like that, unless she's having a sale. But if you use my affiliate link, then I still get credit for when you shop. Okay. Okay, I like that. I like that a lot. Now... So yeah, these discs I got off of really cheap Happy Planners that I bought. Like these came from Work Life Planners. I think when Hobby Lobby used to sell planners, I got a few of them and they were like $3 and $4, and I got them literally for the guts. I like the hardcover like binder style to use for like reference binders, and then I got discs. So whenever you see cheap Happy Planners, take a look at the disc. Even if they're plastic, the disc might be really cool. It might be something that you're like, I could actually use that. So yeah, because a lot of times buying the planner as a whole, it's cheaper than buying the disc by itself. And then you have a cover that you can reuse. You can always redate inserts, so I would not toss the inserts right away. You can always give them to a friend too. I've done that. I've like put them on discs that I didn't want, or like discs that I have like several of, like several of the same colors. I'm like, I don't need any more gold plastic discs. I have like 4 sets of them. So I'll put them on a cover that's not my favorite, and put them, and then I've given some to coworkers who aren't like into the decorative planning. They're just into the functionality of it, so they could care less. I hope they could care less. Yeah, so I've done that. I do not toss things, y'all. Obviously, because I had an Erin Condren that was 2024 that I used for part of last year, and here I am using it again. Okay, so this actually, no, it's fine. It doesn't matter where it is in the planner. I do want some dividers, though, to divide up my sections. And I know I still haven't even told y'all what these are going to be for. Do I want this in the back? No. I have nicer dividers, but because I'm just trying this out, I'm just putting dividers in here at the moment. All right, y'all, there we go. So I'm gonna have more than enough room to put in the months of June in here as well. So I don't think there's gonna be a problem. I'm gonna do that off camera. You guys could care less. So the Moxy Life is in the front. This is my goal setting planner. So I have my May goals. I have my weekly actions. I probably also need to go ahead and take out my quarterly goals. I'll put that in later. I went ahead and left the planner pages in here because I would only be removing like half of it because I need this, and this is on the opposite of the first half of the week. And you never know, I might actually want to use this for something. I could use it for hand lettering, which I've mentioned before. Now that I have it combined with some other planners that I'm going to hopefully be using, I'm more likely to come in here, which means I'm more likely to possibly use it for something. I might come up with another grand idea for it. Who knows? I could do it for my travel planning, like what I need to get done, what day to prep for an upcoming trip. The second section here is going to be social media. Plus, there are daily pages that I don't think I need for social media, but I didn't want to take them out because, again, who knows? If I take them out, they would just be recycled. So I'm like, let's just keep them in here before I recycle them. And the daily pages may be used for social media if I need to that day. Or maybe if I do run out of space in my catch-all planner for to-dos, then I can pop into here and use some of this. All right, so the calendar, I'm going to probably take what was on my monthly calendar for the month of May. I don't know. This is kind of what my monthly calendar looks like for April. I'm just going to transfer what I put for May into here and go from there. I'm going to primarily be using this page and this page for my social media planning. I'm going to do my project planning over here, and this is where it's going to be my social media actual planning, like what I need to get done on what days type thing. And then I have my daily pages to kind of map things out a little bit more. If I need to, probably not. I'll remove them if I find that I don't need them, because I do have this blank page in the middle. I don't know if I added that or if that was part of the planner anyway. Because again, I uncoiled and recoiled my Erin Condren Daily Duo in December of 2024. So I can't remember what I added and what I didn't. So that's how I'm going to use this. I'm going to go ahead and put June in here as well. I did add some Live, Love, Posh quad note pages. I do think these are still available, and I think you can use my discount code on top of it. They do have quad planner pages that are dated for 2025, but again, you can always redate it. And again, those are on sale, and you can use my discount code for that. It's always down in the description box. This I think would be perfect for my project planning and kind of mapping out my creative projects. So that's why I put this here in case I find that this is like not enough room, even though this is front and back as well. So I don't know why it wouldn't be. I put that here. Truth be told, this was just laying on my shelf getting bent up because I didn't have anywhere for it, so I popped it in here. And then here's my travel planner, which is also Live, Love, Posh. This is sold out, like I said, but I figured it's good to have it in here, at least while I'm trip planning. So this will be removed after my trip is done. So what I have clipped here is all of my personal trip information with like confirmation numbers and stuff like that, you know, because my trip has not happened, I don't really want that out there yet. But I have a place I need to start my packing list. This is going to be trip planning. And as much as I would like to fill some of this out, basically the only thing I can fill out is where we're going to be on what day, because it's on a cruise. I can't actually fill out any of the excursions or anything because I don't know what we're doing yet, which is scary. That's why this is being moved into a FrankenPlanner, because time is a ticking, y'all. And then my outfit planning, I also need to work on that. And then I have my travel insurance stuff, which I thought about keeping in the other one, but I'm like, right now, because everything is in here, I just rather have one spot to look at it. And then once this trip is over, like I said, all of that's going back into the travel planner. All right, guys, that is a wrap on planner chat number 2 of the second quarter, because we did a planner check-in and April at the beginning of the second quarter and talked about a few changes, but you know, lo and behold, as life continues to change, so does my planners. So yeah, I felt like a change was needed. I was also getting a little overwhelmed by looking at all the planners that I had, let alone the ones that I wasn't using. So I am very happy with my decision to combine quite a few into this Franken-planner system, even though it required some modifications and some weird cuts and things like that. I do think it's going to work better, and I think it's going to simplify my planning just because those supplemental planners are now in one space. Now, does that mean when 2027 rolls around, or even the second half of 2026, I won't go back to using separate planners again and separate planning systems? No. But for right now, this is what seems like it will work for me. So this is what I really want to try. And like I said, I was lucky enough to still have held on to some of those partially used planners. So I was just able to repurpose planners that would have otherwise been tossed. So it really was a no-lose situation for me. But I mean, even if you feel like the need to try a new planner, always, go with your gut. If you feel like you need to make a change, then make a change. But I wanted to film this video just to kind of remind you that sometimes, think about some planners that you already have on your shelf that maybe are partially used, that didn't work at one time or another. Maybe giving them a second go, maybe with a different purpose, or maybe even changing the format or the binding. Who knows? That might be the change that you need to make it work. So if it was going to go in the trash anyway, then might as well see what you can do to make it work, right? All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it gave you guys some inspiration. If it did, smash that like button. If you have yet to subscribe, I hope you would also consider subscribing. So that is all I have for now, guys. Oh my gosh, I'm so drained right now. But yes, I hope you have a good rest of your day, evening, or night. And until next time, bye.